People, hello, how are we? Hopefully we're all doing well. I'm Tom. Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic. Let's call it how it is. He's ducking Tom Aspinall. He has been for a very long time now. It's very obvious to see. And look, he avoided heavyweight for 3 years, ducking Francis Ngannou, avoiding Francis Ngannou. I think there's a bit of back and forth. I think initially Francis Ngannou was avoiding Jon Jones, probably trying to get a bit more comfortable with how he is and things like that. And then it became Jon Jones avoiding Francis Ngannou, taking 3 years to move up, getting to 260 pounds, ready and able to fight at heavyweight, but not being able to. He's made a career out of being a heavyweight, but fighting a light heavyweight, beating smaller guys. And the one time he didn't, in my opinion, he lost. I think Dominic Reyes beat him, but we'll come on to that later on. Let's call this how it is. He's ducking Tom Aspinall. And he's fighting Stipe Miocic, a man, by the way, who hasn't fought in years. He's got one fight to his name in the last 4 years, which is a loss to Francis Ngannou. The guy's a firefighter. You know what I mean? He's not even a full-time fighter. Got a heavyweight champion of the world who's saying he doesn't want to fight Tom Aspinall because he doesn't want to gamble. Well, hang on a second. You're the heavyweight champion. Shouldn't every fight be a gamble? You're the heavyweight champion. You should be doing that. You should be proving who you are, how good you are. That you're the champion. Not beating people who haven't fought in years and have lost to Francis Ngannou with one fight in 4 years. This is ridiculous. Let's call it how it is. He's scared of Tom Aspinall. Look, fair enough. Right yourself. I'd be scared of Tom Aspinall. 6'5", 260 odd pounds, 50 odd pounds. A machine. Rightly so. You know what I mean? And he's used to fighting. There's a reason he said he'll fight Pereira instead of Tom Aspinall. He'll fight Pereira because Pereira's a middleweight. Pereira's smaller than him. Pereira can't wrestle. So Jon Jones takes him down and wins. He finally moved up and won what was, stylistically a perfect fight for him, perfect matchmaking for him, and then he won the belt, which was perhaps the worst thing to happen to the heavyweight division in a long time. He then took another hiatus, for a long time, and now he's fighting Stipe, who has been inactive for 4 years after getting killed by Ngannou. And like I say, he says he won't fight Aspinall because he wants to fight legacy fights, as if beating the guy who most people think is the current #1, who's the now and the future of the heavyweight division, won't add to his legacy. He'd rather fight Pereira. Classic Jon Jones, isn't it? I'm a heavyweight. I'd rather go and fight a middleweight because, realistically, Jones is a heavyweight fighting at light heavyweight. That's what he was. But, for my legacy and my payday, I'd rather go and fight as a heavyweight, a middleweight, and prove how good I am. Right. Yeah, no. Fair enough, John. I just think it's quite coincidental, classic Jon Jones to pick the smaller guy over the bigger guy in Tom Aspinall. And like I said, I want to loop back to what I said a minute ago. He said that Tom Aspinall is a fighter who is here today, but could be gone tomorrow. And you like Johnny Walker. He remembers how Johnny Walker was supposed to be the guy that beat him. To compare Tom Aspinall, the guy who has perhaps the best string of fights ever seen in the heavyweight UFC heavyweight division, first round knockout after first round knockout after first round knockout of top 10 guys. Curtis Blades, really the only loss was because of a knee injury. Let's be honest here. Just fucking guys up. And to compare him to Johnny Walker, crazy talk. It's just, I don't know. And then you get the Jon Jones Glazers, you know what I mean? The Dana White fanboy club who just sit there. No, but Jon Jones is really good and Stipe is actually the better fight. Okay, buddy. The reality is, Jon Jones fought a big light heavyweight like himself in Dominic Reyes, and in my opinion, he lost that fight. In a lot of people's opinion, he lost that fight. Everyone that sits there and says he's only got 1 loss on his record because of a disqualification, that's true, but he should have 2, because the bottom line is, I think he lost that Dominic Reyes fight 3 rounds to 2 rather. I think he lost that fight. I think a lot of people lost that fight. Go back and watch that fight. He was running away. I think he lost that fight. Because he was a bigger guy, he couldn't almost bully. That's why he wouldn't fight Ngannou. That's why he won't fight Aspinall. And that's why he wants to fight Pereira. Let's call it how it is. You're looking at Tom Aspinall right now, who is got, again, round 1 at knockout after round 1 knockout after round 1 knockout after round 1 knockout. He is the guy. He really is. And Jon Jones doesn't want any part of that. Fair enough. Like I say, okay. But just admit it. Don't sit there and say you're the heavyweight champion and you want to build legacy fights whilst avoiding the guy who will massively add to your legacy, because you'll be beating the now and the future of the heavyweight division. The guy's scary. And if you had anything about him, he should fight him. But he won't, because he's too big. He is. Jon Jones is a heavyweight, but Tom Aspinall's a heavyweight. And I think he's just scared of him, to be honest with you. I think he knows he'd lose. I think, especially after that Dominic Reyes performance, a fight, in my opinion, that he should have lost. So instead, he's going to go and fight somebody who's a part-time fighter, hasn't fought in years, and has come off the back of a loss to Francis Ngannou. He won't fight Ngannou, and he won't fight Aspinall. That's Jon Jones. He's also just not a nice guy, in my opinion. Don't know him personally, do you know what I mean? But you look at what's gone on outside the sport, and also the drug cheating and all the rest of it. There we are, people. Rant over with. Tom Aspinall is going to get no chance to fight him. Jon Jones will win this fight. He'll get him down to the ground. He'll get him in, wrestle him and get him into some form of lock or pin and get him out of there via stoppage, which is unfortunate. As much as I'd like Stipe Miocic just go in there and just fucking clip him and knock him out, it won't happen, people. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Maybe I'm being too harsh here. Maybe I'm being too harsh. And UFC content isn't my normal content. So let me know if you want to see more of it, if you think I'm being harsh, and if you think Jon Jones would beat Tom Aspinall, let me know. I look forward to reading people. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and how YouTube works, people. Peace.